So if you want to completely stall your YouTube channel's momentum, honestly, the fastest way to do it is to just obsess over your lifetime analytics,
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
right? So welcome to today's custom deep dive into a step-by-step text guide for YouTube Studio. Our mission today is really to demystify all those raw numbers and, turn them into a specialized growth engine for your channel, Trauma 1.000.
Because the problem that most creators face, it really isn't a lack of data. It's actually that the dashboard just throws every possible metric at you all at once.
Which is so overwhelming.
It really is. It makes it nearly impossible to figure out what actually drives your growth.
So let's get into the control room and filter out that noise. The guide tells us to go to studio.youtube.com and log into the account for Trauma 1.000.
Yeah, and then you just click Analytics over on the left menu.
Right. But right out of the gate here, the source insists on going to the top right and filtering the view to the last 7 days, or like the last 28 days. And I kind of have to push back on this rule a bit.
Wait, how come?
Well, if I own the channel, why wouldn't I want the widest lens possible? Like, doesn't lifetime data show the actual total compound growth of the channel?
Sure, it shows compound growth, but it actively obscures what is working right now. Like, lifetime data is essentially a vanity metric.
A vanity metric, okay.
Yeah, if you want to grow, you need actionable signals, right? Not just a historical pat on the back. By shrinking that window to 7 or 28 days, you filter out all the noise.
All like a viral hit from 3 years ago.
Exactly. That old hit might be artificially inflating your current baseline.
Okay, but wait. Don't older videos still drive ongoing traffic? If I'm ignoring the lifetime view, I might, completely miss a sudden resurgence in my back catalog.
Actually, you won't miss it, because if an old video is driving heavy traffic right now, that spike is going to show up in your 7-day window.
Oh, right, of course.
Yeah, the tight time frame forces you to look at immediate momentum. Like, how did Tuesday's upload actually land with your active viewership?
Okay, point taken. Keeping it strictly to current momentum stops us from resting on our laurels. So, we have that 7-day lens set, and we're on the main overview tab.
Right, where you see the core KPIs.
Yeah, the views and subscribers, impressions, and CPR. But the source specifically flags watch time as the absolute undeniable king here.
It really is the most important metric.
I always visualize this kind of like a retail store. Like, impressions are the foot traffic just passing by the window.
Yeah, that's a good analogy.
And CTR is how many people actually open the door based on your display. But watch time is how long they stick around to actively browse the aisles.
And YouTube's entire business model relies heavily on that browsing phase. It signals to the platform that the content is genuinely holding the audience's attention.
Right.
Because impressions in CTR are essentially just a promise you're making to the viewer, right?
Yeah.
With your thumbnail and your title.
Yeah, and if a watch time just crashes right after the click, it basically means the video broke the promise.
Exactly.
It's perceived as clickbait.
Precisely. The system tests your video with a small seed audience first. So if you have a high CTR but terrible watch time, the algorithm actively stops pushing the video.
Because the data says the content isn't delivering on the packaging.
Right. Watch time is the fulfillment of that initial promise. When both of those align, it tells the platform to just open the floodgates to a much wider audience.
But, optimizing purely for watch time seems like it creates a dangerous blind spot.
What do you mean by that?
Well, like if Trauma 1.0's dashboard shows incredible retention, but it's coming from an audience completely outside your target demographic, like, say, young teenagers instead of young adults.
Oh, yeah, I see what you're saying.
Then that high retention is actually a false positive, right? You're building the wrong crowd.
Which means knowing how long they watch is kind of useless without verifying who is actually watching.
Exactly. Which naturally leads us deeper. The guide points us past the overview into the reach and engagement, and particularly the audience tabs.
Yeah, the audience tab is crucial for uncovering demographic data. This is where you figure out if your strategy is actually hitting its mark.
It's so empowering to look there and see the actual countries and age brackets of the Trauma 1.0 community. Like, they aren't just anonymous view counts anymore, they feel real.
They are real people, and that demographic data completely changes your tactical decisions for growth.
Like how so?
Well, if you see your active community is primarily in a specific country, say somewhere in Europe, you definitely do not want to publish when they are all asleep.
Right, that makes total sense.
It dictates your upload times, your tone, and even the cultural references you use. You're no longer shouting into the void, you're actually tailoring an ongoing conversation.
Wow, so the real superpower here is just building that discipline habit, like moving from the tight 7-day momentum check on the overview tab straight into verifying who is driving that momentum in the audience tab.
Exactly. It transforms the studio dashboard from a confusing wall of numbers into a highly specific roadmap.
It totally removes the guesswork. You're letting actual viewer behavior guide you, rather than just relying on a gut feeling.
Exactly right.
Well, that actually brings up a really delicate tension to leave you with today. Now that you have the tools to track exactly what your audience responds to, how do you balance serving those analytics with maintaining your original, unique creative vision for Trauma 1000? Because, I mean, the only thing worse than stalling your channel's growth is letting the algorithm slowly turn you into a creator you never actually wanted to be.